Hello, my name is Kristen Moonjian, and I'm the Director of Home and Lifestyle. Today, I will be walking you through the home textiles and decor trends for the fall-winter 25-26 season, highlighting key color, material usage, and aesthetic shifts. It aims to provide industry professionals with insights to stay ahead in the evolving market landscape. But before I get started, I want to quickly tell you a little bit about FS. FS is a creative futures agency that helps leading brands unlock innovation and deliver meaningful product and services. Through our global forecasting, advanced inspiration, and bespoke solutions, we empower our clients to unlock innovation and deliver meaningful products and services. You could always contact our team at hello@fashionsnoops.com with any questions. With that, I am going to jump right into the presentation, starting with the key drivers that are influencing the soft goods and home textiles market for fall/winter 25-26. The textiles industry is thriving right now thanks to the advancement of technology and material innovations that offer everything from sustainable solutions to novel material manipulations. These processes have resulted in high-quality products that cater to the diverse values of modern consumers. This customer-centric approach to design has not only led to the use of sustainable and ethically sourced materials, but it has also made production processes much more transparent for the consumer. Another key driver for this category is the integration of artisanal craftsmanship. We have noticed a huge push towards handcrafted goods and time-honored techniques. Consumers are placing higher value on the techniques that have been practiced for centuries. Whether that be weaving techniques or artisan dye methods, they really want textiles that feel as though they are one of a kind and unique. So the convergence of both tech advancements and artisanal techniques has brought forth a mix of modern and traditional aesthetics for this category. Moving on to color, here we have the top 10 colors for soft goods and textiles for this season. And as you can see, this season brings a beautiful and balanced assortment of both natural and vibrant hues. The core colors, such as milk frost, putty beige, and brown butter, provide a soothing foundation. Green hues are also prominent this season, bringing a refreshing touch with the light and zesty charm of lime and the rich velvety depth of opulent green. Oranges infuse the palette with energy and spice. Tiger lily brings an earthy, sultry warmth, while chili oil offers a bold, fiery pop. We also have crisp navy, which anchors the palette with its dark, cool intensity, lending a sophisticated and timeless appeal to textiles. Looking at some material and finish applications for this category, you can see right away that some of these artisanal qualities are coming through here. Peruvian wool blends and heritage weaves, strategic stitching and embroidery, and artisanal textile manipulation all showcase this shift towards time-honored techniques. We're also seeing an abundance of metallic threads woven throughout fabric as a way to bring depth and a little bit of shine to home textiles. Texture is really key here as well, and that is why we are seeing a mix of high and low pile relief and embossed velvets. We're also seeing cooling per saw bring in some tech innovation as its cooling properties allow for better temperature regulation for things such as bedding and sheets. Now let's look at the key drivers that are influencing the decor market. A lot of the same factors play into decor as they do for textiles. So we're also seeing this influx of artisanal craftsmanship come through within this category as well. But one of the other major drivers of this category actually has to do with the current economic challenges that many consumers are facing, especially the younger demographics such as millennials and Gen Z. There has been a cultural shift towards embracing everyday indulgences, no matter how small that they may be. And the reason being is that consumers do not have the same spending power that they used to, making it very difficult to purchase larger price point objects. Instead, they're investing in less expensive goods to update their homes. And this leads us to the decor category. Consumers are much more likely to purchase a small decorative accessory rather than a large piece of furniture, especially in today's economy. And this is their way of indulging in the little luxuries and staying on top of trends without breaking the bank. The top 10 colors for decor embrace many neutral hues, but we also see some unexpected bursts of color come through. Milk frost and buttered popcorn shades lend a soft, inviting ambiance, while these chocolatey browns, such as honey blaze and ganache, evoke the rich aroma of freshly baked treats. However, lime zest injects a breath of fresh vitality, while pink noise commands attention with its feminine allure. Mineral blue adds a serene touch, evoking the tranquility of beautiful winter skies. And together, these hue elements create a dynamic interplay between comfort and excitement, really inviting consumers to savor the joys of the season while reveling in moments of bold exploration. Moving on to the materials and finishes for decor, we are met with a mix between natural materials and futuristic finishes. Heavily veined and deeply colored marble replaces the softer, neutral versions of the previous seasons. Clay comes through as a major material for decorative accessories such as planters or vases. We're also seeing a huge influx of chrome finishes come through for this season, replacing a lot of the gold and brass tones that we've been seeing for quite some time now. Colorful basket weaves also replace the more neutral variations that we've seen in previous seasons. So as you can see, we're embracing a lot more color this season than we have in quite some time. We're also seeing this ultra shiny and colorful glass, which packs a powerful punch and looks almost good enough to eat, and that's why we're calling it jelly glass. Then we have these rich wood tones such as mahogany or walnut, and consumers are really gravitating towards these darker woods for this season. Again, we were in a time for many seasons where we're embracing a lot of lighter tones, and that is all changing for this season as we embrace a lot of color and richness with our materials. We're also seeing these hand-painted elements fully transform product offerings, as well as these marbled resins, which provide a fun textured allure to products. So here we have an index of the 5 different home shifts we will be discussing today and how they relate to both the home textiles and decor markets. The first shift we'll be walking through is called Cultivate. Cultivate honors the traditional heritage of handcrafted goods, from the artisan hands that made them to the rich spaces that showcase their beauty. Through folkloric construction techniques utilizing natural materials, the stories of ancient cultures are told for new generations to cherish and make their own. An infusion of modernity through clean lines and abstracted forms gives a nuanced take on tradition for personal curation. Above all, respect to people and the planet is at the heart of this season. And in response to that ongoing humanitarian crisis that I spoke to earlier, consumers have become disillusioned by fast fashion and overconsumption. They're now seeking more meaningful products and services that highlight the artisans who crafted the pieces and the cultural significance behind them. Consumers are also looking to work in conjunction with the earth and its natural cycles, further embracing local resources and foraged goods. We look to indigenous wisdom as our guide to make thoughtful choices. There is definitely this shift towards natural fibers and locally sourced color dyes, which really eliminates the need for a lot of the harmful chemicals and aligns better with nature's natural cycles. These naturally occurring color variations make for assortments that are more organic in feel, which is really nice. And these ultra tactile techniques are also celebrated, highlighting the precision of the maker. Embroidery, hand-carved details, and bezel set inlays are becoming more mainstream for the everyday consumer. Let's take a look at Cultivate from a soft goods perspective. Through collaboration with skilled artisans, bringing their expertise to every piece, the design aesthetic captures ancient traditions with a fresh perspective. Raw edges, exposed seams, and a relaxed live-in aesthetic intertwine with symbolic patternways in authentic embroidery to really tell stories through these intricate lines and shapes. We're also celebrating the use of natural hemp weaves and slubby linens for their organic and natural qualities. Traditional quilting techniques are also modernized here through the use of thoughtful color usage and pattern. And we are definitely inspired by 19th century trim motifs, adding a heritage feel to our everyday goods, such as towels and bedding. Lastly, we have these pom-pom trims, which add texture and playfulness to our assortments. Looking at Cultivate from a decor perspective, we are drawing inspiration from the echoes of ancient civilizations. This shift embraces anthropological shapes, bulky looks, and a rudimental style, evoking the primal essence of the earth. Cultivate design vectors are about braiding modern and ancient styles seamlessly, fusing contemporary design elements with age-old craftsmanship, where each item tells a story of connection to our ancestral roots. We are seeing a push towards artifact-inspired shapes, rudimental elements, and bulky monolith styles. Nature comes through here as well in the form of these nature-morphic structures and organic colorways. Here is where we see some of that bezel stonework come through. These natural stones are cast in chrome, which has a bit of a jewelry-inspired appeal, which is something that we've been seeing throughout this season. We're also seeing these bulbous or these spiky textures come through, which inspire vessels and planters as a way to bring some of that primal perspective and textural appeal to a lot of our products. Carved relief techniques peel back the layers to unveil a beautiful range of natural clay colors. And lastly, we have carved stone, which utilizes the beautiful, heavily veined marble varieties that we saw on the materials page earlier. Our next shift is called Merit, and Merit inspires the sheer enjoyment of carefully considered construction to stir the senses this season. In this revival of classic styling, dark woods and indulgent textures really ground the space, while Baroque-era grandeur moves the needle from pure utility to utter opulence. The decadence is in the intentional details here. So we're seeing lush textures, cool metallics, optical prints, and abstracted forms to create both a visual and tactile experience within the home. So welcome to a celebration worthy of everyday delight. And like I spoke about earlier, consumers are really seeking moments to indulge in these small luxuries and pleasurable experience in the face of mounting economic pressures. The concept of luxury is really shifting to cater to some more budget-friendly indulgences. So it's not as over the top as it once was, but it's still just as lavish. From plush throws to refined cushions, every element in this shift reflects a harmonious blend of curated selections, perfect for those who appreciate the finer things in life. So these luxurious textures are elevated with materials that are carefully chosen for their rich, tactile qualities. really inviting touch and comfort for soft goods and textiles. These subtle patterns serve as a canvas for feminine details like these delicately embroidered monograms, these bow additions, and this elevated frill detail, all offering a nod to classical refinement, adding a layer of playful sophistication to assortments. Truly, no detail goes unnoticed here, from the ultra smooth satin finishes for sheet sets to the delicate work that adorns curtains and tablecloths. We're also seeing a push towards elevated fabric manipulation techniques, such as this all over ruching to these ruffled details. Something that we really love this season are these pillows that are transformed into heart shapes, which add a sense of romanticism and femininity to everyday objects. Bow and tie closures really produce the same effect of romanticism and femininity to everyday objects. Now, from a decor perspective, Merit boasts classic shapes with a modern twist. From elegant trinket boxes to vases adorned with subtle wit, each item adds a touch of irreverent charm to spaces. Baroque influences truly reign supreme here as texture takes center stage in this luxurious setting, with these refined ruffled textures adding a sense of drama and decadence, while carved knot twist accents are reimagined in a mature and sophisticated way, adding a sense of playful refinement. Blown glass techniques are also showcased throughout this aesthetic, really opting for elegant colorways and organic shapes to drive inspiration. Organic spiral forms provide a sense of movement and instantly elevate everyday pieces such as the candelabra. And the bow returns here as well as a key icon. It is truly a key icon across all home categories this season, and it adds that romantic flair to almost any product. Our third shift today is repose, which invites the renewal of the mind through thoughtful curation. So you could step into a space that beautifully balances form and function, where whimsical nuance gives personal meaning to minimalist aesthetics. Juxtaposition in material, color, and texture play alongside skewed proportions for subtle impact. So sterile gives way to warm here, and ordinary moves to artful intention without negating necessity. And that's so important. Here, objects are truly designed to last with special details that deserve a bit of a double take time and time again. So, this renewed minimalist outlook is updating the quiet luxury conversation that we had all throughout 2023. Consumers are looking to make more meaningful design choices that promote product longevity and encourage cross-seasonal styling. The current economic climate has required many consumers to tighten their spending habits, which in turn has led to an increased interest in elevating the essentials. So consumers are really injecting elements of whimsy and personalization to their basic needs for an added dose of dopamine. Items that stand the test of time are really permeating the home market thanks to their reliability and their cross functionality. And for soft goods, an intriguing blend of crude minimalism and surrealism comes alive with an array of unconventional techniques and expressive textures. This design ethos introduces a sense of rhythm and continuity with freeform stitching and bidirectional tufting, both dancing across the surface of textiles like spontaneous sketches. Laid-back core prints infuse the design with a relaxed and effortless appeal, We're also seeing oversized comforts that are embraced with open arms, offering plush, enveloping experiences that invite relaxation and indulgence. And tactile line textures complete the sensory journey, providing an inviting touch that beckons exploration. We're also seeing swirl tuft techniques and modern corduroy applications that really drive the eye throughout the fabric with a sense of rhythm as well. And then we have our cooling Persol cotton bedding that allows for breathability and comfort to get a good night's sleep, while pillows are wrapped in fabrications that shield from common allergens. So we're really seeing some wellness-centric tech innovations come through, especially for this home shift, ones that really emphasize well-being and rest. And lastly, we have washed cotton slub weaves, which add a hint of texture to otherwise simple product offerings. The decor for repose beckons soft minimalism, where less is more and simple items become irreplaceable. And this aesthetic embraces simplicity with a gentle touch, really focusing on curating pieces that once understated are put in the spotlight, and this gentle surrealist aesthetic pervades this minimalist landscape with subtle nods to vulnerability. So we're seeing items with pieced together constructions, some of which are reminiscent of puzzle pieces. We're also seeing whisper thin ribbed textures that are gentle yet provide a hint of texture to everyday objects. And lastly, we're seeing sensorial assemblage and realistic illustrations, which nod to surrealism while remaining gentle enough for everyday use. We're also seeing items and objects that have slightly skewed proportions, which bring an unexpected element of surprise to different types of vessels or decorative accessories. And then we have our elevated workout equipment. And as consumers continue to exercise from the comforts of their own homes, gym equipment has gotten quite the upgrade and facelift. Items such as dumbbells and fitness mats are redesigned in an effort to fit the aesthetics of the home more seamlessly. And lastly, we have these doughy and malleable shapes, which are taking over as consumers are really gravitating towards items that feel very organic and one of a kind. And now we're moving on to our fourth shift, which is called liminal. And we're awakened by uncharted territory in space, on land, and online. Liminal really introduces a lucid reality where the lines between digital and physical are blurred. So you could take a trip into the heights of the atmosphere and let the dreamy pastels and electrified brights envelop and inspire you to explore adaptive ways of phygital living. Fantastical AI-inspired shapes and creative post-waste materials guide both aesthetics and innovations. A future is materializing here where digitally augmented designs give opportunity to enhance spaces for the benefit of all. Generative AI offers a vast opportunity for consumers and businesses alike to tap into hyper-personalized experiences. And this has led to a completely new wave of aesthetics that are curated in an individualized way. The rapid rise of these generative AI tools is blurring the lines between what is real and what is rendered, resulting in design that was once inconceivable. We're using AI as a pathway to aid us in this design process. And our fascination with these unexplored realms inspires a new wave of design that is both fantastical and strange, from odd textures to amorphous shapes. This aesthetic brings a fusion of technology and vibrant aesthetics to soft goods, creating an otherworldly vision with glossy surfaces and highly reflective textiles that captivate the eye. Superimposed neon hues infuse the pieces with electrifying energy, painting a vivid, luminous palette that pulses with life, while cellular cluster prints adorn the fabrics, mimicking microscopic organic structures. The fine, transparent threading weaves a delicate yet resilient web across the surfaces, providing structure and ethereal detail that enhances the futuristic allure of this shift. And this theme embraces a seamless blend of softness, futurism, and technology. And even our organic materials are pigmented with these vibrant colors, creating a juxtaposition of natural and supernatural. We're also seeing wavy stitch techniques and ultra puffy forms to bring visual appeal while enveloping the user with this plush, oversized comfort. And then we have frayed edges and irregular shapes, which align with these themes of fantastical and strange design. A harmonious blend of organic shapes and futuristic elements that redefine the very essence of design are seen here for decor. Exaggerated dimensions defy conventional proportions, while dynamic prints add a sense of movement and fluidity to decor. Soft brutalist futurism aesthetics dominate the scene, with frozen textures and dichotomy elements adding a sense of raw power to the space. And 3D printed structures take on a liquidy feel, blurring the lines between technology and nature once again. From stellar speckling to fantastical pigments, the dye effects and print direction for liminal decor pieces are endless. They are captivating and three-dimensional in feel. And then we have these molten melts and these alien-esque forms, which intrigue the senses and push the boundaries of creativity when it comes to design. Last but certainly not least is the Home Shift Delight, which invites a wonderland of creative experimentation into interior design. Electric charged chroma, bold forms, and decadent textures collide to create an exhilarating escape from the static noise of digital living. Sensorial stimulations beckon weary souls back to the present moment, where opportunity is endless and fun comes first. So luxury meets levity in the pursuit of play here, and childlike wonder is celebrated through elevated, artful design. Consumers are reclaiming their joy and wonder as a source of comfort during these times of rapid change. Playful rituals and sensory stimulation revisit simpler and more innocent times where we are stepping away from an era of sameness as new technologies push design to new levels. And as a result, consumers will be drawn to offerings that provide them with an individualized experience. From a soft goods perspective, a playful and joyous theme takes center stage. Eye-catching details bring a dynamic rhythm to each piece, like a dance of texture and form. Fuzzy textures and large fringe accents feature charged chroma prints bursting with vibrant, saturated hues. Graphics become part of the piece, with quilting techniques showcasing intricate patterns of blooming florals. Joyful shapes round out the theme, with curves and abstract forms that celebrate creativity and positivity, transforming spaces into a haven of fun and joyous energy. We're also seeing easy to transport features such as straps that allow you to roll your quilt up and take it with you, which allows for versatility for the active lifestyles of consumers. And then we have these dual-sided quilts that provide users with the option to switch up their space. And this aligns with the sentiments of cross-seasonal styling and product longevity, as consumers do not have the ability to repurchase items as often. So they can choose between a print or a solid or vice versa and switch up their bedding season by season effortlessly. Then we have these really beautiful contrasting outlines, and playing with color and color contrast is key here, as it provides a bold and punchy element to soft goods. Truly, no detail goes unnoticed, emphasizing stitching techniques as an element of the design. And lastly, we have these floral shapes, which take form for pillows and print direction as a nod to the flower frenzy of the 60s and 70s. Then we're moving on to decor, and it's bursting with exuberance and color. And this aesthetic infuses decor with a sense of playful lightheartedness, reminding us not to take life too seriously. Featuring inflated forms, boasting exaggerated proportions that demand attention, playful woven accents, and geometric contours that provide a sense of structure and order amidst the maximalist chaos. This theme truly exudes a celebration of life, of color, and of creativity. Also to note, a youthful appeal is portrayed throughout decorative accessories, whether it be primary color usage or elementary shapes. The use of mod curves, much like floral icons, allude to that 60s and 70s aesthetic. Then we have board games, which are also getting quite the revamp in the interiors market, as they're no longer enjoyed by just kids. Adults are enjoying hobbies that foster community and gathering, and that is why we're seeing this abundance of these elevated classic games come to the forefront. And last but certainly not least, we have jelly glass, which is showcased here as a storage option, but has endless possibilities within the decor space. And that concludes the emerging trends in home textiles and decor for the fall/winter 2025-2026 market. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.